We all know about cancer and common cancers. So, endometrial cancer, skin cancer, liver cancer, prostate cancer, colon cancer.
Yeah.
These 5 cancers, people who drink coffee have a lower cancer mortality from these. So, 5 cancers: cirrhosis of the liver, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's dementia, the early stage of Alzheimer's called cognitive decline, low risk in coffee drinkers, low risk of type 2 diabetes. Here both decaf and regular coffee work. And if you drink 4 to 6 cups, there's a 40 to 54% reduction in developing type 2 diabetes. And if one already has type 2 diabetes and they drink 2 cups, regular or decaf, there's a 30% reduction in cardiovascular mortality.
Beyond wine, we really care about health. The health of the planet and the health of each other. That's what inspired us to start this business. Our family of team members meets every morning for a group meditation, followed by an open gratitude session. We believe a sound mind with a focus on peace is the best instrument for change. Joint meditation is the cornerstone of our company culture, and it helps us remember what's important, spreading joy and love, just like our family growers. Our family is a collection of passionate, health-conscious individuals who love to laugh and enjoy each other's company. We eat seasonally, grow our own vegetables, cook together, and share wine. Our team is incredibly dedicated to our mission. Everything from sourcing the wines to answering service questions. Your natural wines are found and sourced around the world by our wine team. They taste every one, oversee their lab testing, and choose exactly which ones go in which box. If you order, your individual box will be packed by our incredibly hardworking fulfillment team. If you have any questions, your service requests will be handled by a wonderfully loving member experience family who only have one goal in mind, your 100% happiness. This video is put together by our talented media team, filmed and edited in-house, just like the rest of our artful media. From our unique creations to our printed lifestyle piece called A Matter of Taste. We put love into everything we do, and we hope to share it with you.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst show. My name is Dr. Aaron Ernst. Hey, it's a show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you get to be set free from your health problems. And we made it, guys. It is the last Saturday of 2023. We get to put the flag in our stand for our health and say, you know what? Starting today, a revolution, a transformation. I know many of you wait until this weekend because we have New Year's and we have New Year's Day and the resolutions start flying out. And many of you have been emailing, texting over, Dr. Ernst, thank you for your transformation. We had a couple people, 7 pounds, 9 pounds. Listen, if you're going, how do I get on board with this 4-week free 100% designed for you, total body makeover transformation. It's part of our Christmas gift pack. And yes, Christmas was this week earlier, but don't miss out. We're still giving it away during this weekend show. You can get our Turn On Your Fat Burning Switch ebook, which contains a 4-week meal plan, a 4-week recipe guide, all the recipes, all the information that you need to get your body transforming and healing and losing weight. Again, I've had some listeners text in and email over 7 pounds, 12 pounds, 19 pounds. Look how awesome this is. You have this potential inside of you. You just simply need to turn on a 4-week health transformation. And listen, this comes with custom emails, challenges. We're going to ask you to do certain things. It also includes everything you need, the supplements, the diet, the guidelines, plus you get access to a free private coaching group through Facebook where you can ask questions and engage with us all during this time. So if you're going, you know what, I kind of put it on the back burner. I'm only just now thinking about 2024. I wonder what my health goals should be. Step number 1, text your name and your email with the word New Year to 704-906-2094. Hey, do it right now, 704-906-2094. The challenge is yours for free. 4 weeks, guys, broken down day by day, step by step. Plus you get supports and you have access to Q&A through my team, our clinical doctors and myself. We are here to help. And it's funny, some people were texting in over the last show and saying, like, seriously, this is free? Like, I would normally have to pay for this. Like, I can ask questions through the doctors? Yes. I get a whole meal plan? Yes. I get all the recipe lists and everything. Yeah, not a dime. Our gift to you. You simply need to take an action. Again, your name, your email, the word New Year, texted to 704-906-2094. Hey, so as we turn this year finished, we close the chapter and we open that book that says 2024. Right now, the number one most Googled thing on the internet is, what is the best diet for 2024? What should I do to lose weight in 2024? How do I get my health back? And I want to sift through the weeds. Listen to this. I did some research, all right? Listen to some of these crazy diets that popped up. The baby food diet. Can you guys believe this? There's people out there who are totally fine eating 14 jars of canned baby food for breakfast and lunch and then eating a solid dinner, and they think that's a healthy diet. Don't do that. The grapefruit diet. The idea is grapefruits are a negative calorie food. So if you eat lots of grapefruit, it forces your body to burn more energy than you consume by eating grapefruits. Maybe that's true, but guys, it's not sustainable. We've got the carnivore diet becoming very popular. The idea of you get rid of everything except for meats. We've got the raw food diet. Don't cook your vegetables. Eat everything in its raw state and get rid of proteins like fish and chicken and eggs, and only go more vegan. Then we have the DASH diet, right? It's been around forever. The diet that the dietary approach, to stopping hypertension, DASH, D-A-S-H. And that one is unfortunately like way old, but yet people still follow it today. It's a low fat, low sugar, it's a low everything diet. You got to be very careful with it. How about the flexitarian diets? Look, there's so many. So what I want to do today on our show is give you the top 5 functionally backed, science-backed, I'll call it research diets that actually technically are not a diet. They're more of a way of living. And when you understand the approach by each diet, you're going to see, merge them all together, and you get what was termed the cellular healing regeneration diet. That diet that encourages regeneration of joint tissue, regrowth of organ tissue, detoxification, mind clearance, and you're going to see today we get rid of all the critters that hang around in our body causing all these problems. If you want a summary of the cellular healing diet, that regeneration diet, it's found inside the Turn On Your Fat Burning Switch ebook that we're giving away today as part of that 4-week health challenge. Again, if you're looking to do that, text your name, the word New Year, and your email to 704-906-2094. You're going to join hundreds of charlatarians that are on this journey towards functionally rebuilding their health. And listen, I'm going to host a cumulative effect It's an event on Saturday, January 13th, live event where I'm going to take you guys through how to identify the structure and function of your health, the strength of your immunity, and how you can implement a natural healing system. This is a technique, guys, 3 steps to rebuilding, repairing, and regenerating. So things like sugars can go down, blood pressure, cholesterol, triglycerides, joint pains, even the scary autoimmune conditions, psoriasis and rheumatoid arthritis, all of you have this deep power for regeneration inside of you. One part is diet, second part is mindset, third part is turning on your physical regeneration. And at the event on the 13th of January, I'm going to show you how to activate the greatest regenerative healing system inside of your body so you can heal yourself. So all of that is available to you simply by texting your name, your email, the word New Year to 704-906-2094. Okay, so the top 5 diets for the 2024 year. These are, again, they're not fads. They're not going to be ones you just do for a couple weeks and then fall off the bandwagon with. This is regenerative, functionally backed, science-backed medicine in a dietary approach. And the first one begins with what's called the microbiome diet. Just as the word describes, this diet refers to fixing your microbiome, the healthy bacteria in your intestines that are now being connected to primarily 80% or more of your immune system and your immune system strength. The bacteria in your intestines define your regenerative power. They define the strength of your immune system, and it's these bacteria that actually allow you to absorb your nutrients. They produce healthy anti-inflammatory, I'll call them messengers, that help you to sort of repair and regenerate. And it's been shown if your microbiome is healthy, your likelihood for chronic disease, diabetes, heart disease, they go to near zero. Okay, so this diet is broken into phases. And I'm going to tell you very simply, if you're going to follow the microbiome diet, all you have to understand is, number one, we have to get rid of everything that causes damage to our intestines. We have to allow for the intestines to begin a relining or a repair. And so this is going to mean immediately, they call it phase 1 of the microbiome diet, 3 weeks where we remove all inflammatory foods. This is things like dairy and wheat and highly processed packaged foods. So what do we eat? Well, we focus on prebiotic and probiotic foods. Garlic, onions, mushrooms, fantastic prebiotics. Probiotics, all the healthy bacteria you find in naturally fermented foods, things like sauerkrauts and kimchi, kefirs, etc. The fruits we're going to go way down on to keep the carbohydrate load low, and we're going to focus on healthy fats, healthy oils, and clean proteins. So I want you to think of it as like a nuts and seeds and proteins diet for the first 3 weeks. Very simple, easy to do, by removing dairy and wheat and processed foods and focusing on fish and chicken and turkey and beef and fats like olives and avocados and coconuts and hemp and probiotics like fermented foods. You're going to find a plethora of foods you can eat that will actually help to repair the gut lining. So we go 3 weeks focusing on removing the foods that disrupt the bacteria, helping to repair and regenerate. And then in phase 2, which is the next 3 to 4 weeks, now we start adding in the foods that will help to encourage the growth and the maintaining of the microbiome. This includes sheep and goat dairy in the forms of cheese and even fermented dairy like kefir. If we want to start adding more proteins, now we can do things like eggs. So we're going to add eggs to our fish and chicken and turkey and grass-fed meats. At phase 2, which is roughly 3 weeks in, we start to incorporate enzymatic fruits. This is things like mangoes and kiwis and pineapples, because it's been discovered that if you have low digestive enzymes, the microbiome in your intestines start to go off balance, and that leads to an inflammatory process. At phase 3, so we're roughly about 6 or 7 weeks in, this is when we start saying, hey, keep going with this diet until you reach your health goals. And I'm going to be transparent with you. No matter if you're doing the microbiome diet or any diet, you want to start getting analytic. The best way is to buy what's called a SMART scale. One I like is called a Renpho, Renpho. Guys, it's a smart scale you can get on Amazon for like $19, $20. And when you stand on it, your phone will give you biometric readings. So you can see how much muscle do you have, how much water do you have, how much fat is on your body, and very importantly, how much fat is in the visceral tissue, so like around your organs. Because visceral fats, as we talked a couple weeks ago, are that dangerous inflammatory fat. And what the microbiome diet does very well is it focuses on regeneration of your gut lining, nourishment to the healthy bacteria, so you can reduce your visceral fats. Now, if we're going to do the microbiome diet, it's recommended that we add certain supplements, including natural antimicrobials. We want to try to kill down the bacteria that are causing inflammation within the gut. This includes using coconut oils on a regular basis. It's high in capric acid, which kills bacteria, fungus, and yeast. You can even take a product called lauricidin or monolaurin, which is lauric acid. Also, again, antifungal, antiparasitic, antibacterial. 1 to 2 teaspoons daily of the lauricidin, at least 5 or 6 tablespoons of coconut oil. We can use garlic. We can use oregano, all the natural antibacterials. And again, with the microbiome diet, you want to elevate your digestive enzyme process. This usually requires you taking a digestive enzyme daily. And I can tell you from experience, if you use a digestive enzyme when you eat solid foods, it helps to break them down into more liquid components so they're easier to absorb. This would be using protease and lipase and amylase. And because a lot of people have had their gallbladders removed, don't forget to add ox bile as part of your digestive enzymes. Make sure, of course, that we are using probiotics. We like to shoot for 200 to 300 billion for counts. And you want them to be high in lactobacillus, bifidobacterium, acidophilus, planetarium, and rasmosis. These are the biggest bacterial strains that help to encourage good, healthy growth. Hey, look, in 2013, a study was done and found out that by changing your diet and following what's known as the microbiome diet, you can significantly alter the bacteria in your intestines and lead to a massive improvement in health. A 2017 study showed you can reduce obesity, insulin resistance, irritable bowel syndrome, and other gastric-related symptoms like acid reflux and indigestion simply by following the microbiome diet. Hey, if you want more information about the microbiome diet, head on over to AskDrErnst.com and just simply type in microbiome and take a moment right now because I encourage you heavily. We use the microbiome diet to come up with the Turn On Your Fat Burning Switch ebook guides. The 4-week meal plans, the recipe packs are part of the microbiome diet merged into this program. So you get 4 weeks of meals laid out, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get shopping lists. You get all the recipes. And as I mentioned, you get free health coaching for the next 4 weeks as long as you text the word New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Again, 704-906-2094. The word New Year, your name and email, and you'll get an entire outline. And you can see right there, people are texting in. So make sure you take this moment and do this now. 704-906-2094. Again, the word New Year, your name and email, and we'll send it over to you. Okay, diet number 2. This is a big one, the Anti-Candida diet. Why would you ever want to consider getting rid of Candida? Well, it's because, I don't know if you know this or not, we tend to harbor living organisms inside of us that aren't necessarily out for our good. We have good bacteria, we have bad bacteria. The microbiome diet will reset that. But then we have things like fungus and yeast that can grow inside of us. Did you know that they estimate you are roughly 30 trillion human cells? Yet when you count viruses, bacteria, and funguses, there's about 40 trillion living organisms on and in your body. So by definition, you're technically more bacteria, fungus, and yeast than you are human. So we really need to make sure that this living sort of microorganism that's part of you is in a healthy balance. Research has shown that if you start to see elevated levels of Candida, which again is a type of fungus, it tends to hang out in your stomach and in your intestines, and it causes an inflammatory process that can lead to the following: constant bloating after eating certain meals, indigestion and acid reflux, diarrhea and constipation back and forth, Watch this. Severe aching joints in the morning more so than in the afternoon or evening. Brain fog, and a big one with Candida is chronic fatigue. So what an anti-Candida diet does is focus on starving down the yeasts so they die off and you become a healthier you by balancing again this microbiome. So here's how we do this. Number one, you have to understand that yeast feeds off of sugar more than anything else. So we want to starve down the yeast. The way you do this is you avoid anything that has sugar in it. And I don't know if you know this or not, but sugar has over 50 different names that can be used in labeling to try to hide it so you don't know that it's sugar. So just remember this, Candida feeds off of sugar, both glucose, mannose, sucrose, and fructose, which means anything that has carbohydrates in it are going to feed Candida. This is why you have to follow a low starch, fibrous vegetable diet to do the Candida diet properly. Look, I'm going to give you a list. Ready? Potatoes, corn, peas, plantains, parsnips, squash, like acorns and pumpkins, those sorts of things, and cassava are extremely high starchy vegetables. Though they sound healthy, if you want to starve down Candida, they feed the fungus. So we want to do the low starch vegetables: spinach, kale, asparagus, broccoli, cabbage, peppers, zucchini, cauliflowers, mushrooms, eggplants. Again, where do we get a list of the foods we need? Inside the Turn On Your Fat Burning Switch ebook. I have merged all 5 of these diets into one cellular healing diet that you can get right now for free. Simply text the word New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. You'll reset your microbiome. You'll kill down the Candida so you get the best of both of these diets. Another part of the anti-Candida diet is recognizing that even healthy forms of sugar in fruits will feed yeasts. So this is why we remove every single major fruit with the exception of what I call the net low carbohydrate fruits, which really are mostly just lemons and limes. And yes, an avocado is a fruit. It's a seed on the inside. A lot of you think it's a vegetable because it's green and it's high in fats, but it is a fruit, and it would be the allowable fruits on the anti-candidal diet. Remember, fruits contain natural sources of sugar, fructose, glucose, and sucrose, and all of this feeds Candida. So instead, what do? Well, we focus on fermented foods. We focus on healthy bacteria. So the probiotics found in sauerkrauts and kimchis and kefirs. We focus on the fact that you want to eat really clean proteins. So fish and chicken and eggs and even grass-fed meats. And we cut out all of the inflammatory carbohydrate-laden foods. That's going to be things like dairy, again, and gluten, wheat, alcohol. Yes, it's a type of sugar. And there's even studies showing that Candida feeds off of alcohol more so than it does anything else. So if we focus on maximizing our nutrition, decreasing our carbohydrates, increasing our enzymes, and making sure we're drinking plenty amounts of water to flush it out, you can actually inhibit the growth of Candida in the body. And what are the benefits to this? Well, listen, Candida has been connected to, again, lack of good immunity. So chronic infections, even things like reoccurring yeast infections for the ladies or thrush or fungal infections in the mouth. It's also been connected to severe joint pains, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular health issues, because this one fungus that can take over your gut destroys the healthy microbiome, causing gut leak and leading to an inflammatory process. So by following a microbiome anti-candidal diet, what we do is we reset your immunity. We decrease inflammation. We boost up the ability for you to absorb your nutrients. And by feeding your body properly, you can now start to regenerate. Again, this show is to tease you with the idea that the science is out there showing we should be following these diets more than anything else. And I've broken down everything for you into an easy to follow 4-week guide. We're calling it Turn On Your Fat Burning Switch. Why? Because when you clean out your microbiome, you will lose weight as a side effect. When you get rid of your inflammation, you'll lose weight as a side effect. So you get to turn on your body's ability to say, burn fat for energy, and you get the health benefits as a result. 4 weeks of meal plans, 4 weeks of shopping lists, all the recipes plus the guides that you need are yours, available now. Text the word New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Again, 704-906-2094. And when we come back from this commercial break, what about the keto diet? What about Mediterranean? What about an anti-inflammatory diet? And how about we merge them all together to create the cellular healing regeneration diet? That's what we've done for you. It's fully available, 100% free, as our Christmas, New Year's gift to all of the Ask Dr. Ernst listeners who have been checking us out, tuning in, and transforming their health by becoming their own doctor. Again, at the top of the hour, I said it's the show where pounds are shed as a side effect, where disease is dead because you regenerate, and where you get to be set free. No more crazy diets, just a way of living that encourages health and healing from within, all yours for free. Text the word New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Don't go away. When we come back, keto, Mediterranean, anti-inflammatory, and the keys to have the freedom you need for this new year. Hey, it's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. We'll be right back.
What if we told you coffee was good for you?
Coffee is the single highest source of antioxidants in the Western diet. More antioxidants than kale, more antioxidants than 70% dark chocolate, and more antioxidants than blueberries.
In fact, what if we told you that coffee is really good for you?
Research shows that 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day dramatically enhances performance in high-intensity exercise, improves memory, reaction times, and overall cognitive function, decreases risk of depression, promotes weight loss by boosting metabolic rates, reduces risk of type 2 diabetes up to 40%, decreases risk of liver cancer up to 71%, reduces risk of Parkinson's up to 30%, and decreases risk of Alzheimer's up to 65%. Overall, coffee drinkers live longer. People who drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day have about a 15% lower risk of premature mortality compared to people who don't drink coffee.
And what if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1, we search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2, we test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3, we nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Hi, my name is Gary Greenfield with Greenfield Water Solutions, and I want to introduce you to our newest product, the MR500. It's a whole house structured water filter system. It's set up in an all stainless steel multi-round filter housing. It features inlet and outlet for the water, a bleeder valve for when you're changing out the filters to reduce pressure, and to remove the top for access to the filters. You simply open up the clamp, remove the top, and this plate here holds all the filters in place. Simple to remove. It comes out, and you can see what we have on the inside here. It's 5 Aquamedics filters and a vortexing tube and a harmonizer. That's the whole system. This is designed to filter 5 gallons per minute And all of the contaminants that it does remove are listed on the website, which is a very broad array of contaminants. These are the highest rated filters that I know of on the market that are filter cartridges. They can be changed out yearly. And of course, the process is very simple. You won't have to hire a plumber to do a change out. And the filters are available from Greenfield Water Solutions. And if you want to know more about this, you can read about it on the product page or give us a call. Thanks for watching. That's it for now from Greenfield Water Solutions.
To bring you the best natural wine the world has to offer, we've designed a fully curated membership program. Every selection you receive is different and unique. Every wine is picked by our wine team, lab tested for purity, and curated into a special box for your enjoyment. So how does the membership work? We offer two main options: a half case of 6 bottles or a full case of 12. You can request all reds, all whites, or a perfect split of both. Then you can set the frequency, monthly or every other month. We offer a similar simple membership for rosé and sparkling wines. After you choose these basic options, we'll do the rest. With every box we send you, we aim to present the greatest diversity of flavors, textures, and profiles. There's a healthy mix of the classics, but also rare varietals. We do this because natural wines taste different from their commercial counterparts. We want to share the best possible experience with you, so you can discover new wines you love. And you can always reorder a wine that took your heart, or ask us to avoid certain profiles. The best part is, you don't need any wine knowledge to fully enjoy these boxes. We curate our selections to be enjoyed without worry. Ultimately, this is Dry Farm Wines. We are so grateful to be able to share the power of natural wines with you.
Welcome back. Happy Saturday. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, thanks for joining us. This is the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. My name is Dr. Aaron Ernst, and today we are discussing the top diets that you should pay attention to for the 2024 year, not because they're fad diets, not because they're, I'll call it trending diets, but because these are the diets that are backed in research to give you strength to your immunity, regeneration to your body, cellular healing, and the side effect is we lose weight. As I talked about at the top of the show today, there are some crazy diets floating around on the internet today. The baby food diet. Yep, people are actually eating jars of baby food for breakfast and lunch, thinking it's a good, healthy restriction in calories. They eat their dinner like normal and say, I'm losing weight, so I call it a baby food diet because I'm eating baby food. How about the HCG diet? Ultra low calories, sometimes injecting yourselves with a pregnancy hormone that can make you actually lose weight. Notice they're trying to force weight loss. But what if I was to share with you a way of eating that encourages healing, anti-inflammation, regeneration, where the side effect is you lose weight, but the main effect is you get your health back. Remember, your health is inversely connected to your weight. If your weight is up and you want to try to lose weight and you do nothing to fix your health, good luck. There's the rebound effect. These are the people that lose 10, 15 pounds and then it comes right back and they get frustrated because they never addressed the root cause of why their body was over on its weight in the first place. Look, you may find this as a shock, but fat is a protective mechanism. Your body uses fat to either shield you from toxins, to protect you from a leak or inflammation. So if you're going, I got a lot and I want to get it off, especially for the new year, pay attention to these top 5 diets, implement them. And actually what you're going to learn is you implement the best of all 5 into what we call the Cellular Healing Diet. This is what brings about a level of boosted immune response, regeneration, and regrowth so you can feel better, heal better, lose weight, and get your health back. And look, I've made it super simple and easy for you as part of a Christmas New Year's gift. Ready for this? 4 weeks meal plans done for you. 4 weeks shopping list done for you. All the recipes you need to encourage it that match what I'm teaching you. Done for you. We're going to give you the restaurants in the Charlotte area you can eat from. Done for you. We're going to give you guides and resources to help you on the journey. We're going to even email you weekly with tips and challenges, and all of this is 100% free. It's our gift to you. We just need to know, do you want to radically transform your health as we wrap out this year and open the chapter to 2024? Let's do it. Simply text the phrase New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. My team will send you the ebook and all the guides, and you'll start getting emails from us with challenges and with health tips. Again, 100% free. Simply text the word New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Okay, what are the 5 top diets we should think about incorporating as a way of living? We discussed the microbiome diet. It's this diet that's geared towards reestablishing healthy bacterial relationships in your gut. Why? 80% of your immune system lives there. That's 80% of your healing. And if you have a dysbiosis or an inappropriate healthy gut lining, you're going to have health effects. And watch this, guys. There's almost always leaky gut associated with a dysbiotic gut, meaning there's not the correct amount of bacteria. The lining of the intestines has become damaged. And so we start to leak. And guess what your body does as a protective mechanism? It starts packing fat in your abdomen. Again, remember, fat can protect you from a leak. Fat can guide you and heal you away from toxins that could be dangerous to your body. So we have to ask the question, why? If you have a lot of abdominal weight and you can't seem to lose it, the microbiome diet, the Anti-Candida diet, diet number 2, can be helpful for you because let's just be transparent. We all have stuff growing in us that we don't need, that if we get balanced, our health comes back. So the microbiome diet, that's diet number 1 to consider. Diet number 2, the Anti-Candida diet, getting rid of all the processed carbohydrates and even healthy carbohydrates to starve down the inappropriate bacteria and yeast so you reestablish a healthy lining to your intestines. Now, let's talk about one that's very popular because of the fact it gives a tremendous amount of weight loss, is the keto diet. At the core of this diet is simple: restricting carbohydrates such as sugars and starches, so carbs that come from dairy and grains and even fruits, and focusing on an increase in proteins and increase in fats. The studies are evident that the keto diet can not only help you to lose weight, but it's even been shown to reduce insulin resistance, to reduce high cholesterol and triglycerides, which are biomarkers of cardiovascular health. It's been shown to increase cognitive function. It's even been shown to increase a process known as cellular regeneration or apoptosis, where your body eats diseased tissues as if it's going, hey, there's a good lunch to have. So we eat the arthritis, we eat the cancers, we eat the diseases in our body, and as an effect, we get better health. And I've even got studies that show evidence of this, listen to this one, the International Union of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. That's a mouthful, isn't it? They did an entire study showing that when you get into a state of ketosis, you not only support weight loss, but you encourage fat burning. You can actually treat, listen to this, again, not me, treat diabetes to where many people have broken their high A1Cs and their high fasting sugars simply by encouraging a ketotic diet. Again, I told you they've been showing proof and evidence. Cancer cells can die when you're in a high state of ketosis. There's a molecule called beta-hydroxybutyrate. It is a ketone body. And the joy of this is it's measurable with a simple at-home blood test that you can actually find out, do I have this marker in my blood? And what does the marker do? It's been shown to activate fat burning, to help you reduce your sugars and triglycerides. And according, again, to the International Union of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, it can actually kill cancer cells. That alone should make you go, yeah, I want to do this diet also. So the microbiome, the anti-candida, and the keto diet merged together. That's what we call the Cellular Healing Diet, which again is available for you free just by texting the word New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Okay, how do we do this thing called the keto diet? Well, number one, you got to understand we have to restrict carbohydrates to as low as possible. We start increasing our protein intake and we rapidly increase healthy fat intake. So if we get rid of grains and starchy vegetables and fruits, there go the carbs. If we start to think more about eating healthy fats, fish that are fatty and small, salmon and sardines and anchovies, plants that are fatty, avocados, olives, coconut oils, seeds, and nuts that are high in fat. Hey, look, you may not know this, but there's a nut that most people don't know about called a pili nut, one of the highest fat nuts on the market, if there is such a thing as a nut market. The highest fatty nut that God has ever created, pili nut, higher than macadamia, higher than Brazilian pecan, and it is loaded with the ability to boost a natural ketotic state. They're even starting to make dairy alternatives using this nut, like yogurts, a pili nut yogurt, Pili. That right there is worth everything because a small handful of pili nuts will give you 100 grams of fat. And a lot of people who do the keto diet say, how am I supposed to eat so much fat? Nuts and seeds, fats that come from plants, and fats that come from fish. We can also use healthy fats from grass-fed meats. Okay, so if you're wondering how to do this, it's real simple. I want you to think about just cutting carbohydrates down. Now, the studies will show that you cannot exceed about 40 to 50 net carbs per day if you're going to truly go ketotic. What a net carb is the amount of total carbohydrates minus the fiber in a food product. So just keeping it simple. If your ingredient label says total carbs 20 grams and underneath it says, I don't know, fibers at 5 grams, you take the 20 minus the 5, so total carbs minus fiber gives you your net carbs, and that serving would be 15 grams. Now on a keto diet, that's like half your entire day's worth of carbohydrates. So the question should be, do I eat this? And usually the answer is no. Okay, so if you want to start off with a general guideline for the average adult, 35 to 50 grams of carbohydrates net per day. And guys, it's a shock, right? One apple, boom, you already hit it. A couple handfuls of blueberries, you already hit it. So mostly focus on eating fats and vegetables and proteins, and the rest will happen by itself. You want to get at least 70 grams of protein per day and at least 140 grams of fat per day. If you hit those macros and you do a little bit of fasting, you'll get into a state of ketosis over time. Now, how do we know if we're in ketosis? Hey, what a great question. Thank you for asking. Well, you can kind of feel it a little bit. There's this thing called the keto flu, which is this concept of a little bit of joint pains, some aching, maybe a headache. And this is where most people give up. Well, I don't think this keto diet's working. I don't feel good. Well, ready? You're no longer burning sugar for energy. You're now actually using the ketone bodies for energy. And in the beginning, it's like converting a diesel engine to a gas engine. It's going to take some work. You got to convert this body from sugar burning to fat burning. So this initial sort of ache and the fatigue and the, I'll call it slight headache, is actually a sign that it's working and you're heading towards great results. Number 2, you can actually test, like I said, a very simple blood test that you can prick your finger, see the amount of beta hydroxybutyrate in your blood, and if it's over 1.0 and no higher than about 3.0, then you're in the perfect zone. It's called the metabolic zone of ketosis. It means your body's burning fat. It means you're regenerating joint tissues. They've actually shown that if you can pull off a 2.0 to 3.0 for ketones on your blood, you are in a state of reducing cardiovascular risks, helping to fight against naturally cancer cells within your body, enhancing brain function. And again, listen to this. The journal, The Lancet, found that people who have higher levels of ketones in their blood lived longer than those who never got into a state of ketosis. It also induces that phrase called autophagy, which is cellular regeneration by your body clearing damaged cells. Think of it as a way to say, I'm turning on my stem cells as I'm destroying abnormal cells. Thank you, beta hydroxybutyrate. Thank you, ketones and the keto diet. Now, a lot of people struggle with the keto diet, so you ready for this? Everything is laid out for you in our Turn On Your Fat Burning Switch ebook. You get the Mediterranean, you get the Anti-Candida, you get the keto blended together with an anti-inflammatory diet that brings regeneration. And again, it's completely free for you. Just simply text the word New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094, and we'll send it straight to you today. Hey, look, the next one, the Mediterranean, right? Everybody talks about the Mediterranean diet. It is probably the most researched diet on the market in regards to having massive health benefits. Let me just list a few for you. Ready? Increased overall general nutrition. Most people eat a lot of empty foods and anti-nutrients. An anti-nutrient is a food you eat that actually takes nutrients out of your body. And the greatest anti-nutrient on the planet is sugar. 1 gram of sugar depletes you from vitamins and minerals within just a couple of hours because your body has to work really hard to get rid of those extra carbohydrates. A 2019 study showed the Mediterranean diet enhances global heart function, reducing coronary artery disease, strokes, even global cardiovascular disease. In 2014, a study was published showing that the Mediterranean diet can actually help to reduce blood sugars and be a great support system for people with diabetes. In 2018, the Molecular Psychiatry Journal found that the Mediterranean diet actually can help you to feel better physically and mentally. Less depression, less anxiety, less brain fog. And watch this. Research has been done to show it actually reduces biomarkers of inflammation, interleukin-6 and C-reactive protein. Basically, these are blood markers that will tell us if you're on your way towards sickness and disease, and the Mediterranean diet pulls those back. There's a challenge that I have, though, with the Mediterranean diet. It's very inclusive. You can eat a lot of different things, including all forms of vegetables, lots of fruits. They don't really say anything about gluten or grains. They'll be very high into beans and lentils, nuts and seeds. They focus more on fish and poultry and dairy and eggs because their belief is red meats cause heart disease. Sugar causes heart disease. There's some truth to this, but the idea is we want to just focus on what are the global concepts of the Mediterranean diet and where does its power come from. And you know what? You're going to learn the power comes from the fats that they get through olives and olive oils, through the fish they consume, and the fact that they do say, let's cut down sugar. So here's the challenge. Mediterranean today has become so widespread that it's no longer what the original Mediterranean diet was. And if you think about it, the term alone would say the diet that the people who live in the Mediterranean side of the world eat, which is mostly a much healthier diet than in the US. It's low in processed foods. It's high in whole, real foods. So is it a good foundation and a great base? Yes. But now let's turn on diet number 5 by merging the Mediterranean with the anti-inflammatory diet. If you think about it, inflammation has been linked to being the cause of all disease. In fact, a 2014 study found if you simply reduce your inflammation, You could reduce up to 1 to 2 medications if you take it. You could get rid of most aches and pains. You can improve your blood markers, blood pressure, cholesterol, sugars, triglycerides. The anti-inflammatory diet, guys, is where the secret is. But again, it is the effect of you simply saying, I'm going to eat the way my body was created. I'm going to eat real food, not fake foods, not foods that come from plants that have smokestacks, but foods that you would find in nature. So focus on dark green leafy vegetables. And if you don't know this, they're full of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, and they are anti-inflammatory by definition. Generally, the greener and the darker a food product, like a vegetable, the healthier it is for you. Did you know that broccoli, as an example, contains natural flavonoids and carotenoids that kill cancer cells? I'm sure you've heard of this. Blueberries, a very high antioxidant. They've actually been shown to help fix improved memory and cognitive decline. Pineapple, ready for this? It has an enzyme in it called bromelain and quercetin, which are huge anti-inflammatories that help to reduce joint pains and upregulate digestive process, helping you to digest your foods into easy to absorb nutrition. And if I keep going down this list, bone broth, walnuts, coconut oil, chia seeds, flax seeds, turmeric. Do you see a trend here? The anti-inflammatory diet is in the Mediterranean, it's in the keto, it's in the anti-candidal, and it's in the microbiome diet. So what we've done for 2024 is we have formed what I call the Cellular Healing Diet. This is the way to follow it. Take the best of these top 5, merge them together, and what you're going to see here is you can regenerate joint tissues. You can make your joint pains go away. You can improve your brain functionality, less brain fog, more brain focus. You can help to improve global markers that a lot of your doctors are still yelling at you about: LDL cholesterols, HDLs, triglycerides, blood sugars, C-reactive protein, which is a huge inflammatory marker. And if you help to let your body basically get back to its state of raw healing, what they've shown in the studies, you activate stem cells, you let your body eat the diseased tissue, and you induce regeneration. So the side effect becomes, I lose weight. The side effect becomes, my headaches are gone. The side effect becomes, my joint pains are gone. And I have heard patient after patient, listener after listener give us these testimonials. So I just encourage you right now, guys, we've got 2 minutes left before it's the end of 2023, because my next show is in 2024. And we are hitting the ground running for a total body makeover health transformation. The call to action is this: if you want to heal, if you want to rejuvenate, if you want your health to come back, meds to go away, energy focus, then take an action. Text the word New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. You'll get the Fat Burning Switch ebook and guides and coaching and recipes and meal plans, 100% free, no strings attached, with the exception of we're going to ask you to engage with it. How many of you have books that are weight loss books from 2023 still sitting on a shelf that you never opened up, right? The best diet is the one that you just simply follow and do. And I would recommend we take the best of this top 5, microbiome, anti-candida, keto, Mediterranean, and anti-inflammatory, merge them into one, super simple, easy to follow, and let's get really good results this year. I've seen patients do 15, 20, even 30 pounds as a side effect, and they're dropping medications and they're getting healthy, and that's what we're asking you to do. Text the word New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. And as a bonus, again, in a couple weeks, Saturday, I think it's January 13th. Yes, it is. I'm hosting a live masterclass where you can join me online with over probably 500 to 700 people. That's what we had last year on a transformation towards a new you and a new beginning. How do you find the cause of your root health issues? How do you actually get off medications the right way? How do we make joint pains and back pain and brain fog and all the health issues we deal with disappear naturally? We're going to reveal that as a 3-step functional medicine approach on the 13th. That class is yours for free. The ebook is yours for free. The transformation is yours for free. The cost is simply you implementing it and taking the time for it. Again, text the word New Year plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Thanks for tuning into the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. I love that we get to close 2023 and open 2024 as the year of transformation for you. It's a revolution instead of a resolution, a change in mindset, a change in action, and you have that. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's coming up, and we'll see you next week. Be blessed. Until then.